Vision podcast. I'm excited to introduce today's guest, Kevin Edgerton, who's doing amazing work in their field and industry, which is the health and fitness space. Thanks for joining me, Kevin. For those who may not know you yet, could you give a quick background on who you are and what it is that you do?
So my name's Kevin Edgerton. I own and operate 18 Alpha Fitness for the last plus years. Prior to that, I retired from the Army, 26 years. I was a Special Forces communications sergeant, a Special Forces detachment commander. When I retired in 2014, I became the head strength conditioning coach at Lackland Air Force Base, where I got the Air Force Special Operation guys, TACPs, PJs, combat controllers, and Special Reconnaissance guys ready for their pipeline.
Okay, awesome. First of all, thank you for your service. That's awesome to hear. Other than that, what would you say first drew you into this type of work, what you're doing exactly now, other than doing what you did in the past, doing exactly what you're doing right now?
What drew me into it now is I needed, uh, well, I guess we'll start. There was April 9th, 2016, while I was at Lackland and while I was at work there, there was a murder suicide that happened on base.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
my boss, my commander, was killed by a student, and then working, you know what I mean, then having to go back to work every day, day in and day out after for probably 4 years. It drew a heavy toll on myself, and so I needed to step away from that.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
started
Yeah,
18.
I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. It's very tragic and things happen obviously, but that's awful, man. And other than other than that, I've seen that we got some can you explain what like bars to crunches is? I've seen some stuff about that with your name.
Bars to crunch. So you're just hanging on a bar.
Okay.
They're basically just knees to elbows, but hanging.
Okay.
So just while you're hanging, bring your knees up to your elbows.
Okay, so it's actual bar to crunches because I know what the exercise is. I
Yeah.
thought I just seen like you had like that's just mainly what you guys focus on, but I also seen that you have a 16 week Ranger program,
Yeah.
either out or coming up. Could you share more about that?
So I got different 16-week programs. So Ranger, they're all preparatory courses to get ready for special operations. Whether you're going to be a Ranger, Special Forces, U.S. Air Force, Special Warfare Gentleman, or Navy SEAL, uh, uh, it, those are the 16-week programs that I have. So when you
Okay.
purchase that, then you get instant access to myself. I'm the only person that answers all questions within the app.
Yeah.
If you have any questions about special operations selection, I'm the one that answers them. I've been through my special operations selection, which is called SFAS, so Special Forces Assessment and Selection. I did that twice. I failed miserably the first time. It was over 30 years ago. And then, and then when I worked at Lackland, I was there for the PJs selection, TACP selection, combat control selection, and the reconnaissance, special reconnaissance was combined with the combat controllers, CCC
Okay.
guys.
Okay.
So,
That's awesome. Yeah. And with you responding, through the app and everything you have, are you strictly digital and online, or are people able to work with you in person?
so I'm strictly digital online, but I do have some local clients that come to the house
Right.
to this amazing. I don't know if you see this gym back here behind me. I got a pretty
Yeah.
good suite set up. But you got to be local. You know what I mean? And then it's for you to come to the garage, you have to have one of my custom plan.
Okay. I thought so. Yeah. I looked in the background. I was like, man, this guy's got the whole setup. You even got the 18 Alpha Fitness logo thing up there.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, you got it all up there. I didn't know if you okay, so you have your own, is it like a application people download, or is it more of just like a what do you like what minute is it that you operate on?
So I use the app. Uh, it's a base do trainerize. Uh,
Okay.
it's a fitness app. Um, and I started, when I started the business, you can start with 5 clients and then you just build up, you know what I mean? Whenever you get close to the like 10 and then 25, you just keep on, building until whatever threshold that you see fit for yourself as a
Yeah,
business.
for sure. Thanks for sharing on that. What are some I looked at some myself, but what would you say in your mind right now are some current trends in your industry that you're adapting to?
So AI is huge. I think that's across the board on every business venture that you're doing. There's a lot of people out there that, just using AI to program and saying that they do this and that or whatnot in
Yeah.
the space, right? But they never were really actual special operation operators, or let alone a special operations strength conditioning coach at a selection course. Uh,
Yeah, sure.
and you don't know, you know what I mean? People are clicking on these, their posts, their ads, and you click on it, and of course it's way cheaper than mine, because it can be, it should be way cheaper than mine because you can get as many people as you want in there. But
Yeah.
the personal approach that I take with each client, it's second to none.
Yeah. So it sounds like you really focus on the individual itself rather than just taking anybody and everybody.
Right.
Right. Could you
Yeah.
share a little more on that?
So when you do like when you sign up, I send out a questionnaire. I get the feedback. When they do workouts, once they log it in there, I give them feedback. And again, like I said, if they got a question, they can ask about it. And then if it's even personal or whatever kind of question it is, I'll answer it. It doesn't bother me. And then I can
Yeah.
even give them some guidance, because I'm also a licensed massage therapist, and so my mobility work that I do is probably second to none. Uh, I'm I'm real big into mobility because I am a little bit older now, and
Right.
wish somebody had told me how important mobility work was way back then to help you along your journey.
Yeah. You got to be able to move, you know?
Yes, you got to be able to move every joint in your body through a range of motion.
Yeah,
With
absolutely. People focus on just certain movements, but I think the like diving deeper with actual movements that you have to do to make a certain movement is a lot deeper,
Right,
with oh, just move this muscle. No, you got to focus on, everything on it. The joint, the tendon, how you're going to stretch this way or that way to not only prevent injury, but to perform at your full ability,
right,
right? I play a lot of basketball. I still go to the gym, stretch, do all that. I've got to focus on that too.
right.
So very important. Now, of course, no path is easy. I know you shared a little bit of a tragic thing that happened many years ago, but other
Right.
than that, what were some of the big struggles early on in your
Uh,
journey, starting business and challenges you still face as you grow?
marketing is, you know what I mean, getting your name out there. It's still, I don't, my name might be out there a little bit more than some, but it's still not out there. You know what I mean? If I'm walking down the street, I don't get mobbed or anything like that, which is great too. I don't want that. But
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's all at the end of the day, it's about marketing and how you get your business out there.
yeah,
Uh, at the beginning, when I first started it off, I was fortunate enough. There was a company called FNG Academy, and that
mhm,
means FN new, freaking new guy. If that's what, and his name was Sean Buck Rogers, and he had just written a book. And I reached out to him and asked if, hey, do you mind if you mention my name, my business, and on his YouTube, because he's got over 250,000 followers on his YouTube channel,
oh wow,
which is huge, right? And he was a prior Special Forces guy as well in the same unit in 10 Special Forces group, and I was in that unit as well. And he mentioned, just put my business out there a little bit, and it took off like a rocket ship.
yeah,
Um,
that's awesome. Do you have a YouTube channel yourself?
I do,
Okay,
but it's not. I don't post that much on there. It's you know how much it takes a lot of time and effort to cut and edit. And
yeah,
I hate talking in front of the camera. You know what I mean? Even though
yeah,
you're like, oh, this guy's got 26 years of experience, been working with guys. I hate. I really hate being in front of the camera, because
right,
I catch myself. I stutter too much when I'm talking. Do the
yeah.
it's too much. Probably
Yeah.
need to go get some acting classes from somewhere.
Acting class, I love that. Yeah, I have that with people that come on to the podcast sometimes, or even myself. I'm like, they tell me like, hey, I'm not the most well-spoken guy, even though I'm in business. And I'm like, hey, I'm not either. Let's jump on together, chat it up, have a natural human conversation. So yeah, it's totally fine. No,
Right,
I get it though. A lot of people introvert, extrovert, doesn't matter the type of person, cameras either scare a person or annoy a person,
right,
or it gives them energy. For me, doesn't really bother me. sometimes if there's a big camera, I'm like, okay, let's back it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, but
Um,
no, I do answer your question short. I do have a YouTube channel, and you can find a lot of my mobility and breath work that I do on my YouTube channel.
okay, for sure. And everybody watching, I'll put that in the link in the description for anybody watching. Go check that out. So I know there's a lot of noise in every industry, right? A lot in health and fitness, whether it's fake news, new news, adapting the current trends, right? How do you stand out? Like, what's your unique approach?
Uh, so my unique approach is that, I do a daily mobility and a daily breath work is incorporated with all my programs.
Okay.
Um, and you have to be mentally fit, just as you are physically fit,
Yeah.
fit through special operations. And again, that's what I think stands my program out from anybody else's is that
Okay.
I focus on those two things more than I think anybody else does. Because at the end of the day, anybody could put a program together, and the biggest problem that I see is the consistency with the clients. You have to put that time and effort in to get a return in your investment. Because if you don't put it
Yeah.
in, there's nothing going to come out at the end of the day. You can buy anybody, you know what I mean? Whoever program that you use, you have to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree completely on the mental aspect side of things, like you mentioned. But for anybody watching right now who struggles with mental battles, even though they may be physically fit, how important would you say that is on a scale of 1 through 10 and why? I
Oh,
know, but I want to hear your
oh,
opinion.
it's a 10. If you're if you're not mentally ready to endure pain and suffering, if you got a question, just one little question in your mind that's like, oh, I don't know if I did that good enough. Because when you got to think that we're in the military, there's certain standards. You got to be able to do so many pull-ups, sit-ups, run, rucking. There's gates that you have, and then when in our special forces assessment and selection, they don't tell you what you do, what you run, what time you run, how many push-ups, how many pull-ups you do. They don't tell you
Yep.
any of that stuff. You just do it, and that grader is there, and he just writes a number when it's done. And hopefully you're uh, counting in your head of how many you should have done or completed. And then even on the distance runs, you don't know if it's going to be a 3, a 5, a 7, a 10 mile. You don't know what that distance is either. You just go
Yeah.
till you stop. So again, it's a lot of mental that if you doubt that you think, oh, I didn't, that guy beat me this time in this run, and you doubt yourself and you're like, oh, I'm not going to make it. And a lot of people will just say, I quit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, in special operations, if you if you quit, you're that's it. You're done because it's a volunteer service. You don't have to do any of it, but you got to want to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like personally, when my mental health is a little bit down more than other days, it affects my physical performance,
Uh,
right? Do you, would you say that that happens quite often? If somebody's mental health is bad, their physical performance is a lot worse?
yes. Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
I'll take a. I play tennis now. So like I went and played last night, and when I drove, my mental state wasn't as good as it should have been, right? And so
Right.
when I went and played, uh, my first two games were god awful. The third game, I finally woke up, right, and played pretty well. But you know what I mean? My mind wasn't right to start that match, and
Yeah.
once you got that little doubt in yourself, it's all downhill.
Yeah, I agree completely. I play in a I'm over I'm way I'm I'm at a high school now, obviously. So I play in a men's rec league for basketball, right? Some of my teammates would look at other teams and think, "Oh wow, they're way better, they're way taller, they're way bigger." I'm like, we're all human. Let's win the game,
Right.
right? I'll drill it into their mind like a day before the game, and be like, we'll come out and win the game. I'm like, why do you think we guys won? Why do you guys think we won today? It's like, well, probably because we just got over the fact that even though they may be bigger, better, and stronger, if we have a better mental battle against them, we're still athletic, we still have skill, we can beat them, you
Right.
know? And like you said, tennis, I play pickleball here and there sometimes too. That's something I picked up on this past summer. But yeah,
Yeah, I
that's all.
played this last summer. I played a lot when I was in a different country, and it's the only court that I can get access to. So I played a bunch of pickleball.
Pickleball? Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I used to look at it and be like, really? Like, I don't know. I played it and I'm like, this is fun, right?
Yeah,
It's an exercise, right?
yeah, exactly.
I'd love for you to share a story with me. This could be a client, a project, or a moment where you saw a real breakthrough for either yourself or somebody else.
Well, again, my selection guy, the guys that are trying out for selection,
Yeah.
uh, you know, started a company like 5 years ago, and like 18 months after I start the company is when somebody came back and was like, "Hey, coach, I got selected and I just finished the Q course." That means they just finished and they earned their Green Beret, right?
Yeah. Right.
That's the big, that's the reward at the end. You know what I mean? Getting selected is just the start of it. There's still anywhere from a year to 2 year process to actually earning your beret.
Right.
Uh, when you get a client that reaches back out to you and thanks you for that, that's the biggest reward that I have in life right now is, when they do. And I just had recently had another gentleman finish the TAC P course. He just got selected uh, last week, and again, those little milestones are what drives me to continue what I do right now.
Yeah.
To keep helping people, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what I like to do. I like to help people. Uh, whether it's online, and if you like came to the house and like I said, if you had like some kind of minor injury or stuff like that, you can come here and I do body work tissue on you. Like yesterday I had and you probably, but Air Force Cross recipient, that's uh, the second highest medal that you can get in the military. It's one
Okay.
one under the Congressional Medal of Honor. That
Yeah.
gentleman, I've known him probably 8 years, and when he's in pain, he'll reach out to me, and I got to do some soft tissue work on him. And then
Yeah.
this morning I text him, was like, "Hey, how you feeling?" "Oh, I'm way better. It hurt yesterday, but I feel a lot better today."
Yeah. Yeah. So it sounds like just helping people and seeing their success is what motivates you to keep going with what you do.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. I respect that a lot. You're in it for the right reason. A lot of people get into the fitness industry. I've seen typically, especially anywhere from the ages of like 25 to 30, they'll just get in it for the money sometimes. And I'm like, this is health and fitness. This is our temple. This is our body. If you're not trying to help people, then why are you doing it?
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, I want to be a doctor just to make a good salary. Like, why? Just
Right.
help people. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's not bashing any doctors watching this, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean. All right.
Right.
I just enjoy being genuine, and I respect that. All right. Looking ahead, 6 to 12 months, or even 2 or 3 years from now, what's the vision for 18 Alpha Fitness? Like, where do you want to take things next, ultimately?
You kind of like stepped on it a little bit where what you just said about helping people. I want to
Okay.
help. My parents are older, you know what I mean? They're 81, 82 years old. And the older generation don't know that just a little bit of movement could help the longevity of life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then it doesn't have to be any crushing workout either. It's just getting up, doing a daily walk, right?
Mhm.
Maybe just doing some knee push-ups, or push-ups off of a wall, getting up and down off of a chair multiple times. Just little things like that. People don't realize that that benefits you for the longevity of life.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to either going into the older population, and then my hard left is I wouldn't mind working with a tennis professional and traveling with him. You know what I mean? With like
Yeah.
one person, that or Formula One. You know what I mean? Because I love to travel around the
Yeah.
world.
That's awesome. It sounds like you're really liking tennis.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I really
awesome.
enjoy tennis. Yeah.
I have my grandparents. They uh 82 and 69 or 70, and grandmother, she's got something that keeps her down more often, and physically, not gonna share exactly what it is, but she going through some stuff. And my grandpa 82, I'm stressing it to them every single day. You gotta move, get fresh air, get sunlight, go on a walk, even if it's down the lane and back. Do that a couple times, stay hydrated, and just do some movements. Try to try to touch your toes if you can without falling over, right? And I think, like we mentioned, helping people in it for the right reason. The tennis stuff is cool, all that, that's like the passion thing, but the helping the elder folks is I respect that a ton, and I might even talk to you off to the side about some stuff for my grandparents because they need it. They really do, right? Because when I walk into their house, if they're just sitting there, I'm like, let's go for a walk.
Yeah,
I'm not rude about it ever, but I'm like, hey, you guys want to go? It's pretty nice out, 75, sunny, the wind's blowing. You want to go get some fresh? Ah, no, I'm Jed. I'm feeling a little icky today. Yeah, because you haven't moved all week,
right, right.
you know? So, yeah. So it sounds like you've had an incredible journey and it's going to continue to get better, right? Um, Hypothetically, if you had a magic wand, right? Let's say there's one thing inside of the business right now, and this could be for you and even somebody else watching that could take, what your magic wand is
Right.
to fix one thing in the business right now that's either holding you back or, slowing you down to get there. What would that one thing be that the magic wand could fix?
If I had another one of me.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I got a master's degree in uh, exercise science, and then the path that I took in special operations, and then the path I took as a strength conditioning coach, uh, and the knowledge that I have. If I had another one of me that was just a little bit better at marketing, then it would be, you know what I mean, it would be great. But you got to suffer, I think, a little bit in life to figure out what your passion is too.
Yep. Yep. Totally agree for sure. I like to do a quick fire round with everybody that uh, well, that sounded bad. I apologize. I know you're, come from military. Quick fire round. I apologize for that. No disrespect intended. I'm sorry. Let's say a quick round then of what's your favorite book or favorite podcast that you listen to on a regular or has helped you throughout your life or journey in
Okay.
general?
So, best book that I recommend to all my clients is What Doesn't Kill Us by Scott Kearney.
Yeah.
It's a breathwork book that Scott went to the Netherlands to debunk Wim Hof's breathing technique, and he found out that it actually works. He changed his body percentage exponentially by just doing breath work and mobility work every day for like a year. If you see his cover on the cover, he is like chiseled, and that's all he was doing was breath work and
Really?
started moving. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh,
Wow.
and that book also helped me help uh, pararescuemen pass their final NDOC PT test because if you can do this breath work to increase your push-ups as well.
Wow. Okay. I've heard you mention breath work quite a few times, and I know you help people with that as well. I might even have to look into that as well. I don't know if I mean breath work, obviously it's breathing stuff, but does it improve like just breathing in general?
That and cardiovascular uh, capacity, it will take away, help, the circulation of your skin and body, the blood vessels in you. It opens them up a little bit more. Uh, a whole lot of benefits from breath work.
Okay. Yeah.
A
I
lot more
like,
than people realize. Uh,
yeah, for sure.
if you read the book, there's the section. His name is Casper, and even Scott says, "Is hey, if you want to learn this technique, find Casper." And I found Casper like 2.5 weeks later after reading the book. I was fortunate enough to go up to Vancouver, Canada, and did a seminar with Casper. Then I flew him in from the Netherlands to Lackland here and trained some of my cadre, and he stayed at my
Oh,
house. So I was fortunate enough with that.
oh
Uh,
my,
yeah, so breath work is one of those things that it's 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 a tool, just like you have all any other, you know what I mean, like all these kettlebells and stuff. All this shit is, it's a tool, right, to get you
yeah,
to another level. And breath
yeah.
work can take you to that next level, and then also your mental clarity while you're doing breath work helps.
That's awesome. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I'm sure everybody watching got some good takeaway from that. Me as well, because like when I'm on the basketball court, whether I'm out of breath or I'm working out and I'm out of breath, I'll go up and down a flight of stairs and I'm out of breath sometimes. And I'm super active, have been my whole life. But a few years ago, I got that weird thing that was going around. I'm not going to mention it on here, but the big old C,
Yeah.
and my breathing ever since then, even though like I was young when I got it, messed me up for some reason. Don't know why. And I have breathing issues till this day.
Yeah.
So still got to figure that out, but I'm definitely going to look into the breath work and we'll chat about that later. That's awesome though. So before we wrap it up, where can people follow your work, learn more, or connect with you?
All right, so I got a website. It's www, the number one, the number eight, letter A, fitness. 18 Alpha Fitness is what the A stands for, is alpha. Uh, and then on Instagram, I'm at 1A, 18A Alpha underscore fitness on Instagram. And then my YouTube channel is the same.
Okay, awesome. And everybody watching, I'll put that in the link in the description. Go check it out. I'm sure you guys will get some great value from his side of things. And if a listener takes just one action from today's conversation, what should it be?
The one action, learn how to learn how to breathe right.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Once again, Kevin, thanks for getting on. It's been awesome. I'm sure whoever watches this will get some great insight, value takeaways. I did for sure, and we'll chat more later. But for everyone else watching, thanks for watching the Vorello Vision podcast again, and I will see you soon.